171 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Let's Play series. So let's get straight into solo mode. And then I gotta remember to like read off the comments because I got another one. And I feel like even if it's spam, if I just read it off here, I don't think I can get hacked as easily. And that way, if it's not spam, the person maybe gets noticed in an even better way. So yeah. You know, you gotta be careful when you're dealing with comments who looks like it could be spam, but who knows? I don't want to assume anything. But yeah, let's get into the UA. Hopefully you had enough time to read the little blip there again. But like, you can always pause it if you're watching after. And hopefully a lot of you like that I'm like remaking these into videos. I feel like it's just easier to have them all in one place. The Let's Plays. Yeah, and then as a reminder, my Live or Die stream is next week. Not this week, but next week. And it's going to be streaming live on Twitch. So if anyone has a Twitch account, and even if you don't, I'll be sure to send you the link, and then you can at least watch it. Or you can chat. I do have a few restrictions in place, so that not everyone may be able to chat. But I just did like the minimum based on like what Twitch thinks is good. So hopefully that's okay. I'll see how many commenters I end up getting. And then like based off of that, maybe I can do Twitch for at least a while, at least until I get a job, which will who knows when that'll be, but I may just go back to YouTube and just do it more casually at that point. But I guess it'll depend on like how much support I'm getting on Twitch too. Definitely gonna decide once I'm done with the Macedo gates. That includes everything, even the my deck duels. So it's gonna still be a few weeks, but then I can decide like if Twitch is working. So I get this protector for completing this one. It's a UA Playmaker, protectors that illustrate an athlete that plays in a future world far off from ours. Perfect for those who uphold the spirit of good sportsmanship. So, there's that. Oh yeah, and before I forget, this is what we'll be doing today. We're just gonna finish off the gate here. So it's pretty simple. So these two duels, and then this goal, and I didn't get a good look at like what I'm gonna be, all the decks, all the archetypes I'm gonna be playing besides UAs. For this one, I'm gonna be playing battle gods with it. Oh, the Sky Star monsters, Earth, a few like different like Earth or Light warriors, or I guess. Yeah, no, I guess they're not all Earth or Light. Okay, so, but they are like all warriors, so it kind of fits with the whole warrior aesthetic. And then the deck description reads, a deck that revolves around level 5 warrior type monsters like UA Perfect Ace that can be special summoned by the effect of the feats of the wild level 5. Oh yeah, that's pretty smart, because also all the, star monsters are also, or at least a lot of them are level 5. That's one of the big things about that. I think this has to be specifically level 5 though, so it may whiff a little bit since I'm not just playing level 5s, but hopefully I can be able to activate this enough. Luckily it says up to 2, so even if I only had 1, it may still be worth it, because that means I wouldn't have to like tribute summon for it. You can utilize these level 5 monsters in a number of ways, such as Exceed Summoning number 12 Crimson Shadow Ninja. This is the one that gives itself protection from destruction. Kind of nice. Or return them to your hand to summon a UA monster in your hand and activates effect. Of course, with the UAs, it has to be a UA that returns to the hand. So That's not going to work if it's not a UA, but if it is, I can return to the hand. And that's pretty nice because this negates the effects. So if I return to the hand for a different UA, I'll be able to get that UA's effect. And it doesn't matter if its effects are negated, I can still return to the hand to special summon a different UA. As long as it's, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, as long as it's a UA on the field that I special summon. As long as it was UA I special summon with this card. Okay, let's go. And in my opponent's deck, let's see if I can figure out from based on the description. Looks like they're playing a lot of level 10, maybe? Oh, that hardly any of their monsters. Oh, wait, is that talking about mine? Well, maybe we'll get to see it. I think it's still talking about mine with the Go-Yo Guardian. I'm going first, though, so, yeah, but there's still pretty much no way I'm winning on the first turn. Because I don't have any FTKs. So, hopefully I'll be able to see a little bit of the opponent's deck. If not, like, remember, I'll also, like, give, episodes where I talk about the opponent's deck. But that will be after I do the, my deck duels, because I don't want to look at the opponent's deck until afterwards, so we can get, like, because I feel like that's kind of cheating. It's like, in a, tournament, you don't want to look at the opponent's deck during the tournament, because then you're like, you know exactly how to counter the deck. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking. So this one will special summon at least one of them. It will get my plays started. This one adds an UAFA, so I can just add another level 5, so that'll be perfect. Might as well activate the field spell first, though. Oh, I didn't realize they were both field spells. I can also add that back to my hand. I'll add a level 5, though, so I have 2 level 5s to special summon. And as you all saw, if anyone does come in, like I did do a reminder as I said I would, so that's good. At least these guys can still attack, though. It's not bad. Oh yeah, I can go for this. Ooh, I can also go for this. I have a equip spell? Oh yeah, I guess that one UA equip spell. But I don't think I have a level 1. How many equip spells do I have? Can I even use the effect? Or is this literally just for adding a warrior? And that's kind of cool. It's a built-in fusion summon. I don't think I want to go for Crimson Shadow, though. What is this guy's effect? This card is special summoned during your opponent's turn? Oh. Or normal summon. Oh, so maybe I should normal summon this. Oh yeah, because I can special summon it right back. So if I do this, I want to do the one that I would like to get the effect of. This one. But I don't have any cards. I won't have any cards to discard. Well, that stings. I should have kept the field spell in my hand. Then I would have had a card. Whatever. Now I can special summon the UA Perfect Ace back. Well, I guess since I don't really need to make much use out of any of them, I should probably go with this sword, actually. Then I can add another UA. Probably the negated one. Oh yeah, and then I'll actually have a discard for the negate. Okay, so that's not too bad. Oh yeah, by the way, if any of you are enjoying my content, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and consider ringing the notification bell for either regular content or all of my content if you don't care as much. it's based on how much control you want over what you get notified of. And I put my videos in playlists, so that should be help. That should help, hopefully, with like what you're notified of. And also, if you want to be notified of none of my content, you're waiting on a game that you like to see. I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually be playing like other games. I mean, we'll have to see once I finish Master. But like, the live streams will be on Twitch. So, but yeah, if you don't want to, if you want to support me while not being notified of my stuff, I can let you know if later on if I'm planning to do a different game on YouTube. We'll just have to see. But yeah, for now, the games other than Master will be live streamed on Twitch. But I can still send a link, post a link on my on the community post. And don't worry if you are into Master, that's not going anywhere. I'm just doing once a week on Twitch and then twice a week of the Master on YouTube. And I'm doing it like the live streams again for YouTube, but making them into videos afterwards. So which one is the best here? Oh, there's a level 1. Oh, that's from your deck to hand. But I believe I have 3 of those, so I'll be able to add another one. You can target one other UA. I don't have any other UAs. Where's the effect of this one? Oh, that's not bad. Okay, well, I guess I can do that since this is level 5 or higher, right? Yeah. That's not bad. I'm gonna go with the Libro Spiker. Oh. Whatever. So now... Oh, that's a quick spell that I'm running. I'm not even running the UA one. So now I can... Oh! Oh, because that's a graveyard effect. That's why. It's a graveyard effect. Oh, it goes to the top. Oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, it's not a once per turn? That's awesome. Wow, it's not even a once per turn. I should probably link summon before I did that, to be honest. Then I would have been able to special summon the other one back. Dang. Yeah, that's only level 7 or higher. Non-link warrior. Ooh. Buy an opponent's card. Oh, card effect. All warrior monsters on the field gain 500 attack, though. That's not bad. During your main phase, you can fusion summon. What fusions do I have? Let's see. This requires a... That requires a light. I don't really have a light. I don't have that Adotin. Do have this. So I could go for... That's not bad. And then that says 2 warrior monsters with different attributes. I don't know, though. Maybe I'll just go with this one. That seems pretty good. And then I can use these 2 up. Cool. I think that'll be good enough for now. Everyone, all of my guys gain 500 attack, and I have a negate. That special summons a UA straight from the deck. I think I'm going to negate that. So yeah, there's a few plays. Like, this is kind of a nice combination, sort of. That can act as another discard fodder. I think I'm just gonna attack. I'm just gonna end because, like, I still have the negate up. I want to keep that negate. Okay. Anything else I can be saying? Ooh, yeah, that's not a bad one. Better not go for that, though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go pretty much for game. Yeah, I can just... I'll just attack with this guy. Good. And then go for the final blow here. That's good. Yeah, so, today's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, by the way. Anyone have any nice plans for that? No, it's also pretty big for the churches since, Martin Luther King Jr. was a pastor, back in his days. So that's pretty cool as well. So anyway, the duel description here reads, the opponent is dueling with UA and Goki hybrid deck. Goki is pretty good. Not only does this deck allow them to link summon Goki monsters, it also allows them to tribute Goki monsters with downbeat and transmodify to special summon UA monsters. The Goki monsters that they send to the graveyard also possess effects that will help replenish the hand. Your opponent will have plenty of opportunities to gain the upper hand. So use Warlock Generation. So I'm playing Warlock with UAs. So once again, both are warrior decks. To shut down the attacks, and don't forget to make full use of your link monsters to the X deck. But my deck is more about the battle phase. And their deck is more about, like, it doesn't really matter if, like, they're being destroyed and during the battle phase or being sent, like, before the battle phase. But at least it's a little bit harder for them to get destroyed at battle, because I'm, like, able to kind of take a little bit more control of the battle phase with the Warlocks. And the icon I get for winning here is UA Playmaker, an icon depicting an athlete who zips down the pitch, ball in hand, acting as an in-game commander for the other players. He gives his all no matter what game he's playing and always respects everyone involved. So yeah, that's pretty good. And then here's the loner deck. I'll just go through the cards one at a time. The deck description reads, a deck that combines Earth Warrior type UA and Warlock cards. The activation conditions of the effects of Warlock monsters can also be fulfilled if UA monsters battle. So look for combinations that can take advantage of each monster's effects. So here's the cards one by one pretty much. Libro Spiker, Fortra, and there's a few of the level 4 Warlocks, along with a few of the high level Warlocks as well. I believe there's a few Warlocks that do have special summon effects too, so there's that at least. Warlock Mountain, of course, pretty nice because it adds a Warlock. It's a searcher for them. Always nice when an archetype has a searcher card. It's even better when the searcher also just straight up special summons them straight from the deck, though, like in the case of sprites. But Warlock Mountain being a field spell is pretty nice too. Anyway, let's go ahead and play. Yeah, so I did see a few of the Martin Luther King Jr. movies as well. They were pretty good. Oh yeah, and when I get to the my deck section, I'm gonna be doing them a little bit differently than how I've been doing them. I think it's gonna be in a way where it should be a lot more helpful. So be sure to check them out if you want to see like how I'm going about it this time. Maybe I should start with the UAs since like it's usually my play. Oh, don't. Oh, it has an effect on the opponent's main phase. Wonder why I wasn't able to return a UA monster in order to special summon it. I don't get it. Oh, maybe it's because the that link to the soul doesn't allow me to activate effects of the warrior that I add. That one makes sense, I guess. This is probably better for when I'm actually able to go in battle phase anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna go for the Libero Spiker. What does this one do? It can't be sort of battle card effects. I think I'd much rather have the Libero Spike on field during my opponent's turn. Just straight up special summon one straight from the deck. Might as well do it right away. So now, probably the one he's wanting to special summon is the one that can negate stuff during the opponent's turn. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And it also destroys the card as well, so not bad. I'm just gonna put in defense. Oh, it returns it too, so that's pretty nice because it because the Scorpio would have been able to destroy it. So now I should probably go with either Wento or Mohammed. Where's this one? Yeah, I should probably go with this one because my battling monster gains 800 attack, which is enough to destroy. Yeah, it's enough to destroy it. So it even includes a self. Libero Spiker though, not bad. Can actually put it in. Oh, maybe I should have kept the negate actually. It doesn't even matter, I don't think, which one attacks. So now I can do this. Cold destroys it. Oh yeah, of course that effect. Adding a Goki card. Okay, whatever. They're still taking some damage. Yeah, I'll just go into end phase. I think that's fine. I should probably set the dignity though. And this is also nice. It has the effect that allows me to special on level 5 a higher Warlock in case that comes up. Yeah, I don't know if like how much I'm gonna be doing during this holiday day. I did read my Bible though, so I think that technically helps support. I mean, it's not the most direct way since I do it. I would have done it anyway, but there's that at least. It has to be a different name. Special summon one UA from the hand or graveyard. I can only do the shuffle in to special summon something once. Does anyone have any? This one destroys a card on the field, so I guess I'll go with this. And then I can destroy the set. Or I can destroy one of the Gokis that was special summoned. Or I can just negate the effects. That might actually be pretty good, because then that negates the when the sensitive graveyard effects. At least I think it does. I guess we'll have to see. Nope, it doesn't negate those effects. Okay, well, you saw it here first. It doesn't negate the graveyard effects. It just negates the on-field effects. So, for anyone who was wondering, at least now I can make this. Oh, it negates it? What? Oh, it negates all of them. That stinks. Wow, I was really punished for not knowing how the... Honestly, I should probably done the other one anyway. Oh well, at least now you know. And you guys know. This has to send a UA back though. Which really stinks. What is the effect of this one? Oh, I don't know. Should I just go with the Mammoth? After damage calculation. Then all Warlock monsters you control gain 200. It's only 200 attack. Boo. Man. It's gonna be kinda hard to get this on the field. Guess I'll go with the Mammoth. Whatever. This isn't looking too great for me right now, but maybe if I can get a UA in hand later on, it'll go a little bit better. Of course, Gokis are pretty good because you can like gain advantage. Like you special summon these back, and then you just gain advantage. Like when they sent to the graveyard. Like Goki rematch is basically just get 2 Gokis, and later on you can get 2 more Goki stuff. So that's pretty great. Like, I mean, you think about, like, not only do you get the special summon, but you also get 2 Gokis in the hand later on. So it kind of acts as just like a, you can basically read the effect of like get 2 Gokis and then search 2 Gokis. That's a pretty great card if you think about it that way. That's why Gokis are a pretty good deck. That's one of the reasons. Because that rematch is crazy when it plays with the effects so well. Man. Warlock Dignity. At least that has 0 attack too, though. So I'm not out of it yet. Oh, it stays 0 attack. Okay, good. This actually is really helpful because then I'll be able to add another UA. Oh, all of the monsters go to 0 attack. Wow. Hold on. I should have something that let's see, that maybe can negate it. Oh wait, no, don't I have one that can special summon a UA from the hand? Oh wait, but this is only if it's special summoned during the opponent's turn. That stinks. Ah, boy. Oh, but this allows me to destroy a call in the field. You can destroy one of your... Oh, but now that's perfect. I'm pretty sure it would destroy it. Yeah, I'm not sure though. I think I would be able... It should work out the way I intend. So I'm gonna go for the Dreadnought Dunker then. Go for the special summon of this. Oh no! I should have went the other way. Crap. Well, whatever. At least I can still just... Ah, man. Yeah, it only gets a boost once, so now I'm back to having it 0 attack. That stinks. And of course, if a 0 attack monster attacks a 0 attack monster, neither one will get destroyed. Not that I want to lose it anyway. At least now I can get another monster though. Oh, and then I can special summon the one that allows me to special summon another one. Which is, which one? I think it's the level 5 guy, right? No, that's the negator. That's the... Here it is. The rebounder. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in defense. Now I can activate this. Get the one that's going to negate everything. Or I should get the one that... I think I should get the one that... I think I should destroy... So I either negate everything or destroy. Except UAs, that's kind of nice. So I wonder which one I should do. I could destroy this, or I can just nah, I think I destroy it. That's probably better. Oh wait, but destroys one of the monsters that points to instead. I guess I'll go with the destroy the midfielder. Well, at least they use up this spell, so there's that. Oh, it just special summoning a bunch of stuff, which is good for me. I get to also special summon a bunch of stuff. UA monster for me hand. Unfortunately, I gotta use that effect. Ooh, I can special summon monsters other than UAs. So this is... I don't think I get that effect again. It's still... Oh, I still get the effect though, destroy something. Maybe the Bashilios, because it has that graveyard effect. Now I can do one more. This one. Which one is the best one? Maybe the one that negates. I'm thinking the one that negates. Yeah, that's good too. I don't think it negates the effects. Yeah, it doesn't look like it does. Maybe I'll get lucky. They'll try activating an effect. Good! I can just negate it. Awesome. Thank you for allowing me to just negate it. I should probably go with this one. That one's probably going to be really hard to special summon to like get on the field anyway. And it also destroys it. That's pretty nice. I might as well activate the effect. Not that it really matters. Ooh, Warlock Mountain. So searching for a Warlock. Should probably go for the boost first though. Yeah. And now I can go for the Warlock Mountain. Search for a Warlock. Might as well. Probably one of the ones that can like have my monsters gain. Ooh. Oh, this one special summons a level 5 or lower warrior. Which I do have some. That's not bad. I like that. Yeah, I don't know though. I don't think I really need that. I'm just gonna go for my battle phase. Oh, cool. I can just special summon her. That's nice. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, I might as... Oh, wait, yeah. Now I attack with this. I get to activate the effect. That's nice. I'm gonna go with this one. Ooh. Yeah, let's go with that too. Get another boost. I guess I'll just attack with that. Man. Oh, apparently she's the only one that gets to battle though, if I do the effect. Whatever, that's fine. I might as well go with something in here. Okay. It would be funny if Cowboy could just finish him off. That protects itself from battle. But I think I should go with the Blacklisted Soldier. Then it can't be destroyed or targeted. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Ah, man. I'm giving up a lot, but I think it's worth it for the Blacklisted Soldier guy. Whatever. Now it can't be targeted or destroyed by effects. Because I did use a level 7 or higher. So I can return this. I think I'll go with the one that destroys something. Yeah. Target one card on the field and destroy it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then I can destroy the Scorpio. They get to add something. Surprised they didn't add the rematch. Do they already have a rematch in hand? Or do they literally only have one rematch in their deck? I might as well go for the reinforcement here. That seems pretty good, UA midfielder, but... Ooh, that's pretty good. I like that effect. Being able to add another warrior to my hand. And I still have the negate up, so... Now I can activate this. Probably add one of my spells or traps. Maybe this one. Yeah. I'm surprised I wasn't able to get the Blacklisted Soldier effect. Wonder why. Wow, I ended up winning anyway, despite like making a little bit of an error. That's pretty nice. Oh, that was a harder battle anyway. Yeah, that did feel like the harder battle. Yeah, so let's go for the gold scenario now. This will also unlock the sick pack, so I can also go into that. And then here's the card that I get for completing the scenario. During damage calculation, if your monster battles an opponent's monster with a high attack, pay life points equal to the difference in attack. Your monster gains attack equal to that difference plus 300 during damage calculation only. I guess this kind of fits the theme of the whole playing with the Roroks in that other duel I did just recently. But they weren't really trying to do that. I think they like to give a lot of like more battle-oriented cards as rewards. But for one thing, this is a rare, so that's not too big of a deal. Easily craftable, not that I would though. Like, they don't really give out the best cards all the time. Though sometimes they do. Like, I think in the Mutant solo mode, they gave out some pretty good cards as rewards. And they might, and I think they wait for like the My Deck duels. The My Deck duels, I think they wait to give out better rewards there. Yeah, I think it's only because I'm doing the loner deck duels, and those tend to be a little bit worse. While I think the My Deck duels are the ones where they give out the better rewards. But like some of those protectors can be kind of nice, and like the icons, those can be nice. Depending on if you like the archetype or not. So some of the cards with the artwork showing up here is UA Stadium. This also gives you another look at some of the cards. Yeah, this one was the card that was used. Like, my opponent could have probably had a much better time if they would simply just not activated this card. I think that was probably one of the biggest downfalls. So that was kind of nice because it also shows like, oh wait, no, this isn't the one. This is like the draw one. It's the other one where you shuffle cards on the field and then both players get special on a bunch. So hopefully, like from that duel that you saw why it's kind of a risky card to activate. It's nice, but it's just kind of risky. It might be better used to just send a bunch of like shuffle back a bunch of X deck monsters, because if like you shuffle, no, those still net special summons as well. Yeah, it's just a really risky card when both players get special summons stuff from the deck. Maybe if you had a card that like didn't allow special summons, that could be kind of cool. But like, it would need to be a back row card that didn't allow, because like, if it was a monster, it would just get shuffled back in. Maybe if you're actually, what could be kind of funny if like your opponent played a card that like disallowed special summons, and then you activate that in response. I'm not sure if it's a quick play or not, but like if it was, then you could do that. Like you could, or it might be kind of cool, like if you had a way to lock your opponent out from special summoning monsters except very specific ones. And then maybe you can like stop them from being able to special summon monsters from the deck. So if you had a way to be able to lock out the special summon somehow, like then it could be pretty good. Because if you're the only one that gets special summoned, then it becomes a really strong card. But otherwise, it's just a little risky. And then lost time. This just changes life points a little bit. Not that great. UA Sign Deal is a pretty good one though. That's probably one of the best cards for the UA deck. Besides the level 4s, like the fact that they have level 4 monsters now is pretty nice. Of course, some of the field spells can be pretty good. The one that adds, and then this one even, yeah, and then this one also adds a little bit with a stipulation, but it also adds too. So if like you had both, you probably want to activate this one first. I guess it's also pretty nice that you get to gnome summon a UA FA monster during main phase this turn. So you probably want to also like use up that effect too. And then after you use up both of those effects, then you can like go for this one. And it also kind of helps fuel this one, so that you can have a better chance of being able to gnome summon something, so that you can get another add of a UA monster. This one adds any UA or... Oh, that's also... This can add a little bit more. Oh, this one also adds a UA Stadium. That's kind of nice, also getting back the UA Stadium. So maybe you can play less UA Stadiums because you have a way of getting it back from the graveyard, and then maybe you play a little bit more of the Hyper Stadium. Maybe like you could do 3 Hyper Stadiums with 1 Stadium. That could be pretty good. Anyway, here's the scenario. Many people hunger for the prestige of the ultra athletes, but only a select few ever make it. And even fewer ever rise to become the cream of the crop, the ones who get to claim the fame and riches. Oh yeah, and once again, if anyone wants to join the high table group, we're planning to make get a Discord going at some point. And to survive in this harsh world, they must undergo training every day to keep their physical abilities in top shape. So if that sounds good to you, you can always feel free to message me and I can give you more information about it. Message me on Facebook. These ultra athletes, hold on. These ultra athletes must also possess one thing, an excellent sense for teamwork. To claim win after win, they must rise together as a unified force and work together to solve any problems quickly. You do need a Facebook account in order to join our group on Facebook, but if you just wanted to join our Discord, I'm sure we can make that work too. And then if that's the case, maybe you can just like leave a comment or like email me about it. Should have my email address in the description or something. Talented players with excellent competitive skills are highly sought after and will often receive offers from dozens of teams. And when word gets out that a certain athlete is moving to another team, boy, do the fans love that sort of gossip. For both the UAs and the supporters, what happens off the field or the court is just as entertaining as what happens on it. To the athletes, there is no greater moment of joy and exhilaration than when they are presented with their prize and glory, basking in the cheers of the crowd. It is for this one moment that they work themselves to the bone day after day. With the great popularity the UAs have seen, the world of professional sports is beginning to see more expansion and growth. To accommodate more audience members and types of sports, and to escalate the entertainment value further, the stadium was renovated to be usable under any weather condition. Plus, there has also been word of motor racing debuting as the next exciting sport. There's no doubt the ultra athletes will go on to captivate even more spectators and take things to greater, never before seen heights. Oh yeah, because future athletes. Yeah, that makes sense now. So now that it kind of feels like there needs to be a FA solo mode as a continuation for this. Oh yeah, of course the FAs would also show up in the same secret pack. I'm surprised the FAs didn't show up as a combination with the UAs in any of the loan deck duels. But at least the UAs and the FAs are showing up together here. Future Athlete, Shining Star GT, that's what FA stands for, by the way, if anyone was curious. Yeah, but these call for machines, and like the Ultra Athletes are warriors, so maybe they don't work too well together, but at least a few of the cards can get you either or, so maybe not too bad. Yeah, so like this one's good if you want any FA cards or UA cards, and it's also good if you want like maybe some more generic machine support. Like this one is a little bit less generic, but this one's pretty good, and this one can go in decks that Antra exceed support. I mean FA. And also it's pretty nice because like this works with Destrudo, since this will Destrudo pretty much guarantees you a level 7. Playmaker, Player Manager, FA Motorhome Transport is pretty fun. Once you get to high enough levels, it like has like some extra effects. It only gets effects basically when it like gets to those higher levels. And this is and FA is also pretty cool because it can actually get to level 13 or higher, unlike a bunch of other archetypes. And that's here to show it. As kind of, I feel like its second effect is kind of also to like help remind people like, hey, we can go above level 12, by the way. UA midfielder, FA auto navigator. This was a nice ad. Being able to special summon stuff from straight. Does it not special summon stuff from straight from the deck? It at least adds an FA's field spell, which is pretty nice. Can't add the stadiums, but like some of the FA field spells it can add. Not sure if the FA field spells can work with UAs like some of the UA field spells can work with FAs. Libro Spiker, there's a Hyper Stadium. This can also, oh wait, it's always treated as an FA card, so I guess it wouldn't be too bad, since like the Auto Navigator can add this, and then this one can add UA monsters if you also happen to run those, and it can also add back a UA Stadium from your graveyard to your hand. So I mean, it can still kind of work. Of course, this is a nice one, even if you're not running the UA cards in addition. There's a Perfect Ace. some of the other cards. FA Hang on Mark. This was really good in dueling. So good that they had to like nerf the skill that made it so incredibly good. Like, because it was able to pretty much turn on the Macrocosmos-esque effect like right away. The one-sided Macrocosmos-esque effect, which was a little too much, because a lot of like the decks and Duel Links really like to be able to send stuff to the graveyard. There's a signing deal. There's a few more FA and UA cards. Here we're getting to the normals and rares though, so like you don't need to worry too much about how many copies of the normals and rares you need, because they're pretty easy crafts anyway. So if I was gonna focus more on the SRs and URs, maybe if you really need Dawn Dragster, it could be good to try to get to this secret pack if you didn't want to craft the Dawn Dragster, but you really only need one if you're not running like a UAFA deck. So if that's the only card you need, it might be better just craft it. But if you are wanting UAs, the FAs, the bonus about the Dawn Dragster also being nice in other decks besides UAs or FAs, that's also nice to think about. Anyway, and then also this, like the FAs can work with like other machine support cards and sell some machines. So maybe you could like combine the FAs with some kind of machine deck. Anyway, there's that. And before I forget, I'm gonna go over the comments, because I haven't been doing that in a little while. So one of the comments I just recently got in my last video was from earn $750 per day from home. So probably a scam, but more of like a scam bot account or something. But I'm still appreciative of even those comments, because because at least like I'm getting comments on my videos sometimes. So just giving a quote here, which was kind of cool. You've got to get up every morning with determination if you're going to go to bed with satisfaction. George Lerma. That's kind of a nice quote, and like it's like a pretty good motivational quote too. Yeah, so basically it's saying like try to be determined to get stuff done so that you can like go to sleep of feeling a little bit more refreshed, I think is basically what the quote is saying. And then the other one I had was on the 10U solo mode when I went over scenarios 1 and 2 along with a few other things. This one I actually left a reply, which maybe I shouldn't have, but whatever. The person Kian3217 said Promosum, which I think basically meant maybe they wanted to self-promote themselves, or they could have just been talking about a site that like where we can like get subs and stuff. But like the thing about those sites, like maybe you can get a few like bot subs, but like I mean, if they're not real subs, it's probably gonna hurt you in the end. So there's a little animation there, but yeah, it's probably gonna hurt you in the end, because like those bots won't like be watching a bunch of your videos, so you kind of want real people, so like they would be watching your videos. They're more likely to watch your videos, and that's kind of I guess also the same way with like if you make a bunch of accounts, which I was also thinking maybe I could do. But like that would be kind of like just like getting bots to like subscribe if I was to make a bunch of accounts myself and have a lot of those subscribe, which I did do it for a few, but yeah, I don't think you want to do that too much because that kind of holds some of the same drawbacks. So anyway, what I replied was, thanks for commenting, and I wasn't sure if this person was wanting to self-promote them, but like just in case, I said, if you would like me to shout out your channel, please subscribe and tell me a little bit about the content's preferred age rating. Kind of what I say in like one of my other comments, just in a more summarized spiel. So that can go for anyone else as well. And it looks like we didn't get any comments for this stream. But I still want to thank everyone who did show up for the stream, even if they didn't comment. And just a reminder that it seems like I'll be playing Live or Die, but I can always change my mind with the game if anyone else wants to vote on the community post poll. Like you, yeah, I'll give you people at least until Sunday to vote. I think Sunday's a good day, so at the end of Sunday I think like that'll be pretty much when the poll ends. So maybe I can say here, this poll ends Sunday. So I'm posting that as a comment, so now you know that the poll ends Sunday. So make sure you get your votes in by then if you like. And even if there's a tie between Live or Die and another game, there's still a chance your game will still be chosen, because at that point I'll do like an RNG list where whichever one comes up on top, that's the game I'll be doing. And I said 3+ hour live stream, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to keep it closer to 3 hours. Maybe 3.5. And I do have a little bit of the information already on my Twitch channel. My Twitch channel name is Variety Time. I thought that would be pretty good. So if you want to try searching Variety Time, you'll be able to see a little bit of the information. I'm planning to do 10 a.m. Arizona time on Wednesdays, so that way it doesn't get so that way even if it goes a little bit over, I'll still be able to hopefully get done and like still be able to eat lunch at a good time. And I think that gives me enough time to eat breakfast before then. So yeah, so there's that. Yeah, so, and then also thank you to everyone who is watching afterwards, whatever part you may be watching, whether it be about the solo mode, or I'll also be going over the Goosebumps book in a little bit now. And I would like to thank everyone who wants to stay for that, and thank everyone who wants to stay for the pack opening. Oh wait, no, and also the news section. I almost forgot about the news section. But yeah, looks like I got a few missions done. But did I get enough done where I don't have to do any more missions? If not, I can do them real quick. Looks like I don't. Okay, so that's good. So anyone, maybe, thank you to everyone who saved for that little mission section. But yeah, I'll go through the news now. There's a little bit of news. I think I need to go through this new secret pack and the... Oh, looks like they had a review for selling prices. Like a few of the packs, I need to go over them besides that secret pack. So yeah, there's another little change for some of these other platforms now. Steam, Switch, and Xbox. I guess they only did PlayStation for now, and so now they're doing a few of the other systems that this game is available on. Not sure if that's all the systems yet, but I think so. And then Theme Chronicle, oh yeah, I was hearing about that. Apparently there's a few good, really good decks that people may be complaining about, but I'll have to see what deck I can come up with. I'm not sure if it's available yet. Is it open just yet? I guess I could also be talking about the loaners and the my decks. Or at least the loaners. Yeah, maybe I can also do that. Yeah, it should be alright. It's before lunchtime anyway still. It's only 12 o'clock and I usually like to eat around 1 and 1:30, so I should be fine. But yeah, I can't do any of the duels yet, but I can at least go over a little bit of that event. So I'm glad I looked at the news to remind me of that. Yeah, and then there's that secret pack. I think I went over the selection pack already. So here's a secret pack. I'll be going over them in a little bit more detail though. Oh, and apparently a few of the other Seek packs got updated. But this is the one that's available right now. I think this is the only one that's actually showing up in shop. Oh yeah, apparently this Dynamorphia Intact is a new one. So that's pretty cool. They got another Negator card. And it's not a bad one either. Yeah, so I'll go over this packs now. And then I can go... And then maybe I can go over the Goosebumps, but if it ends up going a little bit long, maybe I can always do the Goosebumps on Friday. Maybe that'll be better anyway. But probably it shouldn't take me too long to go over the Goosebumps. And then I also need to go over the verse discussion no matter what. Maybe I'll just go over the verse discussion now before I get into the into the that Duel Chronicles though. So I can at least say the verse. So if anyone wants to follow along, it's also in the description. So it's turn from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it. Psalms 34:14, New International Version, for anyone wondering. So this is a pretty small verse. That's pretty nice. So turn from evil and do good. So seek peace and pursue it. So the second part is a little bit different from the first part. So the first part wants you to basically be more like God, basically, because he likes to turn from evil and do good. And the evil here is basically anything that could be seen as a sin. Do good. And if you're not sure exactly what that means, maybe just like think like if you're questioning whether this thing is like actually good or not, maybe just don't do it. Like that's what I'm thinking. Maybe just don't do it. If you have to question it, maybe it's not the best thing to do. But yeah, sometimes you might also want to look into the Bible to see if like the Bible is saying don't do this certain thing. And then it's also saying seek peace and pursue it. And a good way to do that is by seeking God's help in a lot of stuff, since basically Jesus is the Prince of Peace. God's the Prince of Peace. So if you seek God, it basically acts as another way of being able to seek peace. And then you can just pursue God in that regard too. So I try to like look to focusing on God in my life. I like reading the Bible and stuff. As I say a lot, like just because like reading the Bible is so good, and it also helps you like learn about other things you should be doing as well. Some of the like if you're kind of confused about a verse and you don't exactly know how to do this stuff, like usually the Bible is the way to go. Like reading the Bible is the way to go. Like if you don't know exactly what kind of good things to do, like usually the Bible has the answer to that. So usually the Bible is the one that basically has the answer there. So if you're not, that's a good way to look at it, I would say. So if anyone else has anything to say about the verse, I'm going to be staying on for a little while longer because I need to look into the event. So if anyone wants to jump on and say about the verse that they anything about the verse at all, like, or anything about anything else, like, you can feel free. I'm giving you a bit more time to chat if you like. And I'll also read out the comments too, at least to the best I can. I may summarize it depending on like so hopefully you guys are alright with me like saying it in the way I want to say it. If like I don't know, like if I just don't really like swearing myself a little bit. And I know there's other YouTubers who I think like kind of just censor out words. But yeah, as long as you're not saying the F word, I'm alright with it. I just won't be saying those words myself because I'm trying to keep this channel a bit more family friendly, and maybe it doesn't make sense, but like that's just how I am. So, hopefully you guys can understand. Anyway, let's get into that's just like one of my values, not wanting to not trying not to swear is one of my values, just to be honest. Let's go into the packs though. Like neither one of these packs I think like really holds very much for me. This one is about synchros, and you know, like I don't really go into synchros a whole lot with the sprites and stuff, so I'm probably not gonna be using these. It's cool though if you like the synchros, because some of them are fairly generic. And as I said, Malaria, kind of a cool deck. Oh yeah, this one, up to one card from your opponent's field and graveyard. This can target the field and the graveyard, so that's pretty cool. Like, see, I kind of like that about the deck. Like, you can kind of disrupt your opponent that way. Maybe it's a little bit hard to, but if you like eventually can get a bunch of banished cards face down, like you can maybe like target a whole bunch of cards for your opponent. And it does banish them face down, which is always nice. So it won't trigger like banish effects. Sweet Dreams and Malaria. I'll just like go through these. Like Tapia was a pretty nice reprint. I know that's a pretty good card for a lot of rank 4 decks. It's pretty nice that like a few of the Gold Pride stuff and a few of the other archetype specific stuff have like pretty generic materials, at least. Like even if they're not the most generic effects, it's always nice to have like more generic materials. So at least getting into them isn't too hard. Hopefully. Nectar Trap Hole is not bad, I don't think, for trap tricks. Here's a few of the other cards. Now we're getting into the normals and rares though. Yeah, but like some of the synchros being generic might be pretty nice. Might be a pretty good reason to pick up, and like the Terribly Tired type TP if you're running a rank 4 deck, it's not too bad. I know it's pretty good for like T elements if they need to stall a little bit because your opponent played a shifter. Maybe they stall out long enough where like the shifter runs out, and then they can like make some of their better plays now that the cards can be sent to the graveyard again. So it's a pretty neat card for the T elements deck, I'd say. And then here's a secret pack. Oh yeah, I do get a free pull. I think I might as well see what I get in the free pull before I forget. Maybe this can be treated as a pack opening. I don't know. I didn't get much of anything good. Not even hollow. I did get a few new cards though. But yeah, definitely don't need to play any of them. And they would have been easy crafts anyway. Here's the rest of the cards. Dyna Tank. I'm not sure if like Dynamorpheus would really care much about using this card. But like they did get a few good ones. Like, and of course the Doodle Beast can definitely be utilized with the Dynamorpheus. And the Transcendosaurus maybe even too. I'm thinking Ground Xeno is probably something they definitely want to use. They probably make room for a Dinosaur Tuner or Normal Monster. That wouldn't be too hard because the Scrap Raptor is actually a tuner, and it's actually not a bad tuner. So and then the Destroy effects can also trigger the Dynamorphia like level 4s even while they're in the hand. So that's pretty nice. And then Transcendosaurus isn't bad either, but I'm not sure if like Dynamorphias care about this. I don't think they want to give up their fusions, which is pretty much what they would have to, unless they were like playing other like level 6 or higher dinosaurs. Just to like special summon a dinosaur monster from the hand. I don't think they would want to do that. Yeah, so a few of these other cards maybe not the best, but at least there are good cards, like the Ground Xeno not being bad. Transcendosaurus. This card can recur dinosaurs from the graveyard, but you do have to run a normal, so. But you can pretty easily get it back too, I guess. That's cool. And it has that extra effect when special summoned from the graveyard. Maybe it's actually good. And then destroying stuff on your field isn't bad if you can get advantage out of it, which it's not too hard to gain advantage out of it when you're destroying your dinosaurs. Luckily, if you don't have a dinosaur, you can destroy other cards too, though. And then here's a few like normals. I thought a few of these normal monsters even had some pretty cool artwork. Like this one, it's kind of cool. And then there's that. So there's that pack. So I'll go over the festival now. Oh yeah, and remember, there's more deck slots now. So if anyone needs more deck slots, I'm not sure if I showed off the mate yet, so I'm gonna show off that real quick. Yeah, so pretty cool. There's a little bit more poses, and then there's like a motion playback. That's nice. I'm probably not gonna be really getting it myself though. Anything else? Doesn't look like it, so I can go into the Duel Chronicle now. Theme Chronicle. Sorry, it's not Duel Chronicle. That was closer. You do get an icon for getting, I think it's 1100. Oh wait, no, it's 5500. Not sure how far I'll be going, but this is kind of new. You get another icon for reaching 16,000. Usually it's just more legacy pack tickets, so maybe instead of getting to 5,500 or 11,000 for the gems, maybe you want to go a little bit more for the 16,000 so you can get the other icon. That's probably what my goal at least. Maybe 22,000 so I can also get this, because it's not much farther from 16,000. It's kind of nice that they hopefully they do this again where there's also a prize at 16,000, because it makes it feel a little bit more worth it to get to 22,000. Because otherwise, like, no prizes before 22,000 once you hit after post 11,000 is kind of stinks a little bit, in my opinion. Anyway, it's still not too big of a deal though. You can still get to 11,000 if all you care about is the gems. That will probably get you most of the missions anyway, especially like if you go a little bit and wait for the new missions and then go a little bit more so you can get the missions done by the time you reach 11,000. Anyway, I guess I could look into the event info. So here are some of the rules. Not sure. What are the restrictions? Yeah, I guess I could look at the Forbidden Limited list to see what the restrictions are. Oh, I think this is where it's more like anime-esque. So a lot of like the really good meta decks are pretty much nerfed. So here's a bunch of the forbidden cards. I'll probably just do it like this. Because there's quite a bit here. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of the Dryling cards have been banned. I'm not sure if what are some of the new cards, if I can like remember them. Is that totally awesome again? That's sad. Yeah, a few of the Phantasm Spiral, the Ultimate Conductor Tyrannus, which is the main boss monster of the dinosaurs, has been banned. But if not a lot of the Dimorphias have been banned, maybe you can still play that. Like that really good Trap Tricks is banned. Dimension Shifter is banned, so you don't have to worry about that for the festival. for this theme chronicle. Zeus is banned. Yeah, there's the evil twins, so that's kind of sad. So I'm not going to be able to play my evil twin sprites. Not sure how much I'll be able to play in my actual sprite deck either. Oh yeah, the red and the carrot. Oh yeah, pretty much all of the good, yeah, see, all of the good sprite cards are banned. So yeah, sprites aren't really a good one. And then a lot of the cash tiers are also banned, so that's not really a great deck for this event either. And a few of the bestial cards are banned. That's pretty much it for all the banned cards. And here's a limited, so you can still play Exodia if you want. May not be the best deck to play, like especially if a lot of the good draw cards have been banned too. Swathfrog is still is just limited, and then Beaver is just at 1, but that's what was there before. So at least they didn't ban. A few of these draw cards are still like off the list too, so that's kind of nice. And then maybe you could play True Dracos if you want as well. Cypher and Gear Gamma is still a good hand trap you could be playing, especially with the 2 teleports that you're given. And then there's a Regeki, and of course Starter is semi-limited, but you might as well not even think about that because pretty much all of the sprite monsters are banned, except for maybe the X deck ones. But like again, like you don't really have any of the main deck monsters, so it's not really that worth it anyway. Yeah, so, and then I guess maybe the Malphys didn't get hit too bad either. Let's look at the loners now. If anyone has any questions about the list, you can feel free to ask, and then maybe I can like, or if anyone wants a better look at some of the cards, or like me to talk a little bit more about some of the cards like that you did notice on the list, you can feel free to ask about them down in the comments. I can let you know why I think that one was banned, or hit in some way, or maybe not banned. Anyway, let's look at the 3 loan decks here, and then as always now they're doing the new thing where they're saying how difficult it is to play the deck. So if you want an easier deck to play, maybe just go with this one. If you want a little bit harder of a deck, maybe go with one of the other 2s. And of course, as always, it's just an estimate. Maybe some people will have an easier time running a deck that they're more familiar with. So take the difficulty level, according to Konami, with a grain of salt. Oh, they actually gave you a few Ash Blossoms in this one, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, the first deck is for Crawlers, Crawler of the Reborn World, and the deck description reads, a Crawler deck containing new power from a Reborn World. Crawler Soma is a powerful monster that can not only special summon itself, but has an effect that special summons other Crawler monsters. Make sure you're good and ready for it with the likes of World Legacy Survivor. Furthermore, the effect of World Legacy's Mind Meld lets you special summon the ace monster Deus Ex Crawler early in the match. Try it for yourself. Yeah, so there are a few World Legacy cards mixed in with the Crawlers, but that's because they kind of have a little bit of a they kind of have a little bit of a I'm not exactly sure of the world, but they fit in with the World Legacy lore. And if you're not sure exactly how, like I have like a World Legacy. I went through the World Legacy gate. I forget which part it was, but if anyone wants to like me to give them the links for the parts where I went over the crawlers more specifically in the solo mode, you can feel free to ask for those links in the comment. Or here if you like them. But I may just like give them in the comments though. Still. And then there's also the smoke mosquito because it's also an insect, and these crawlers are also insects, so it kind of fits in there. Ah man, that Ninja Shadow mosquito I still need. Man, that reminds me, I still need this card. But yeah, this isn't a bad one. This could be pretty nice if you This works actually pretty well, like when you have a lot of like monsters that can't like actually destroy the monster that has a hallucination encounter. So it's actually kind of helpful when you have like a bunch of weaklings. And then just make sure you don't lose. Just make sure that your opponent loses before you do, due to the battle damage that you're taking. But yeah, as long as you're not destroying the card, you can keep just like inflicting the damage afterwards, equal to that attack. So like, let's say your opponent has a 3000 attack monster, and then you attack with a bunch of weaklings. You take a little bit of damage, but it basically takes just 3 attacks for your opponent to die off. So just make sure that, and even if you destroy it on the last hit, I think they still take the damage. Yeah, because it's when an attack is declared. So actually they take damage before you do. So that's pretty nice. So if you're attacking a 3000 monster, just make sure in the first 2 hits you don't die. So then by the 3rd hit, like, your opponent dies, and then you don't have to worry about taking damage yourself, because it happens before you actually take damage. And then the crawlers also kind of nice because they have like the flip effects, which can destroy stuff, and they also have effects which may not come up as much because it depends on your opponent activating them. But if it does, you get to like special summon 2 crawlers from your deck with, I think, different names. So that's pretty nice. And then Ash Blossom, always a nice card. And then Resonance Insect can help get some of your key pieces to your hand. Not sure how many. It can get the Soma with its level 5 or higher, but it can also. It also can get this if you really want it. And then if it can be banned somehow, you can then get a mill of one of your insects. Which is also nice because it can be scooped up by... Because like one of your crawlers can recur your monsters. Forget which one though. Oh, this one can recur crawlers from the graveyard. And then Gyasu also works pretty well with the World Legacies, like milling them. And the World Legacy, a few of the World Legacies do have graveyard effects, so like when they're milled, then you can like maybe get one of the graveyard effects, but I'm not sure if you're really playing a lot of cards that have graveyard effects right now. I guess not. So I'm sure there's probably a reason why you wouldn't do that. You don't have any orchids though, so I mean, I guess this one, and maybe if you can get if you have a way to get out of the graveyard or something. At least it makes it so that you don't have to worry about drawing a super high level monster. Though it's probably going to be pretty easy to special summon it, but maybe if you didn't want to draw it. Or maybe if there was a specific World Legacy card that you didn't want to just be drawing, you didn't really need to draw it, you could just send that as like a fodder card. Yeah, so and then this one can like kind of a way to search as long as you have one of those specific cards on top of your deck. Shadow is basically the crawler field spell. There's Pawns isn't bad with crawlers either. And then of course, since the crawlers are level 2, at least the smaller guys are, that's why you're running a few rank 2s. And then Synapsis. And then here's some of the crawler links that work, that one other crawlers point that wants you to be controlling other crawlers. Doesn't seem too bad. I did try playing for the crawlers, like, but I'm not. I mean, Soma is probably nice support for the crawlers because it does basically help guarantee that you can get into one of your exceeds right away, or maybe one of your links right away, since this can give you like 3 materials. That's pretty nice. 3 materials for a link, or 2 materials for the exceed summon of one of your rank 2s. Maybe if you need to go into Ninja Shadow Mosquito so you can finish your opponents off with the burn effect. And then success. Oh yeah, and another nice thing about the Ninja Shadow Mosquito, at least with this one, you can just attack first. Actually, yeah, no, this one attacks first, places a hallucination, and then you would need a few other monsters in order to maybe finish them off with that burn damage. This one has to attack first, though, in order for you to put a hallucination counter on it, though. That's how you're going to be getting the hallucination counter on it. Yeah, so I'll have to be playing a little bit later, but this way at least it gives you some kind of idea about the decks. If anyone has any extra questions, though, you can feel free to ask. This one is with Vendreads, and luckily with the, oh yeah, and also with the crawlers, like if you need a little bit like of an extra look at the crawlers, I also have the solo mode gate that I about use the crawlers in. So if anyone wants to like look at that, to maybe look at a little bit of the gameplay before the festival begins or the Steam Chronicle begins, you can feel free to ask for the links for the crawlers or the Vendreads, or the Dynamis, like, because these all showed up in solo mode. I think that's pretty much the main point, that all the lone decks are ones that showed up in solo mode in at least some form. Maybe not all these specific cards, but at least like the main archetype did. So this one's called New Gluttonous Shadows, which is a difficulty level 2 deck. This one is more about ritual summoning, though there are also ways of being able to get into your X deck as well, because some of these are generic, some of these are a little less generic, but they call for zombies, and of course you're playing a whole bunch of zombies, or they call for docs, and of course you're playing a whole bunch of docs. This one isn't bad because docs are probably still one of the most are probably going to be one of the most popular attributes, even like in like a more restricted event. So if that is true, like this one can be pretty good for stealing your opponent's stuff. And also, if you want a deck that's pretty good at stealing your opponent's stuff, this might be a better deck for you, since a few of the monsters have like monster stealing effects, either stealing them from the graveyard or stealing them from the field. And a few of these also like utilize the monsters that you do steal. Like this one allows you to basically use a level 6 and then use one of your opponent's monsters and treat as a level 6, but it has to have an actual level. So if you steal a Exceed or a Link, you won't be able to like use it as material for this card. So just make sure you're stealing like a fusion or something. And then the deck description reads, a Vendread deck that has been revamped with the addition of cards. Ravenous Vendread is a powerful card that conducts ritual summons while preparing monsters to use as materials. Make quicker preparations with effects like that of Scar of the Vendread. What's more, the new ritual monster Vendread Scavenger can spell summon itself from the graveyard and can boost its own attack. Summon early and often, then go on the offense. Oh yeah, this deck is also pretty good at getting the cards back out of the graveyard so that you can later on, once again, utilize them for other ritual summons. Or you can even like, I think you can like banish cards out of your graveyard for ritual summons as well with the Vendread. So there's also that. And I think there's even ways of like getting your banished cards back into the graveyard maybe. Yeah, you might want to be a little bit careful about what cards you're banishing in case you want to like use them later. It may not be the easiest thing to get them out of the banish zone once they're in there. Yeah. This is pretty cool because this tributes an opponent's monster, and since it tributes it as cost, they can't really negate it, so they can't really negate the tribute. They can still negate the effect, but you still get to like or no, I guess that's not the tribute is part of the effect, so that kind of stinks. But at least like it can bypass like destruction immunities. And this one's also got infinite opponents, so it's got both. This one's got both the Ash Blossom and the infinite opponents. That's kind of nice. Immortal, and then here's some of the synchros, and of course your tuna is gonna be the Una Zombie, which is what you're getting with the Solitaire. That's like, though I suppose like since some of the other Vendreads are 0 defense, you could also maybe get. Actually, no, but it has to be a tuna, so I think the only option is going to be the Una Zombie. But that's a pretty good card, because then, like, you can be sending some of your monsters with graveyard effects to the graveyard. So that's not bad. And then, here's a few of the other synchros, and a few of the exceeds. Some of these with monster stealing effects. This one can also mess with the opponent's graveyard, so another way to mess with the opponent's graveyard. This one can basically mill cards, and then you, like also allowing you to mess with the opponent's graveyard as long as one of the cards that they milled was a monster. But as long as one of the cards that were milled total was a monster, like you can still. So with 8 cards total being milled, one of those cards should be a monster. You are running a few less monsters though, I think, than the other decks. And then the Savior. What's nice about the Savior is that this can get itself back to the X deck, which is kind of nice. If you like if it got sent to the graveyard, but then you want to bring another one out, so you could like make sure you always had one in the X deck. That's kind of nice. And then the Fascinator too can steal a monster as well. So yeah, if you like a deck that's like more about stealing opponent's stuff, messing with your opponent in that way, the Vendra might be the one that you want to play. And then here's the Swordsman of the Mist Dragons. Kind of just combine the Draco Slayers with the Dynamis. And the deck description reads, this is, at least according to Konami, this is the hardest one. And I think I would agree, since Pendulums tend to be a little bit harder to play. And I think, I think I was struggling a little bit with the Dynamis in that solo mode gate. So this one might be the one I'm gonna like try to stray away from, but of course I'll play all of them at least once until I get a win with all of them. But if I do end up wanting to use one of the loner decks, just like just because I need it for like grinding a mission, or maybe grinding wins if I don't happen to have a good deck, but I think I should. I should be able to play the Dark Magician, so I'll probably have some kind of deck that I can play that's not one of the loners. I think that's usually the recommendation. If you have a deck that's not one of the loners, that's at least pretty good. It's probably better to just play that. And there's quite a few different structure decks nowadays too. So if you have like and they only cost 1,500 gems, and if you're going all the way, like you're probably gonna make that back pretty easily. So it's probably even better just to pick up 3 copies of this of one of the structure decks, and that would probably be better than like playing one of the loners usually. But at least the loners like give you like Ash Blossom and or a few other ways to negate stuff. So that's kind of nice. Anyway, it reads, and if anyone wants me to like try out some of the structure decks in this event and see how good they can do, I can, because I got plenty of gems, and I don't mind using up a little bit for some of the structure decks, especially as a way so you don't have to, if it turns out not to be very good. Anyway, the deck description here reads, a Dynamis deck incorporating the power of a Draco Slayer, treated as both a Draco Slayer and Dynamist. Dynamite Power Load, the Draco Slayer, has a pendulum effect that special summons allies in the other pendulum zone, and a monster effect that recovers those following from your X deck when tributed. Make good use of these to bring powerful monsters like Dynastar Power, wow, the Mighty Draco Slayer, into the fray. When you're ready, pendulum summon a bunch of Dynamis monsters for a sudden blitz. So this one, yeah, like this one, I'm not sure if like the Dynamists really care too much about being destroyed themselves. Yeah, this isn't, I don't think, one of the pendulum decks that really care too much about being destroyed. I don't think they really got effects off of being destroyed. Though, they do have like ways of like helping to like either buff up your party, maybe like downgrade some of the opponent's monsters so that you can like more easily destroy stuff. Oh yeah, and some of them also. So a few of them have like like to look at battle a little bit. Like this one is also caring about battle, banishing monsters. That's kind of nice too. This one has an effect when it's destroyed, so you might want to more focus on like destroying these cards to actually get effect and some kind of effect up being destroyed. This one allows you to add Draco Slayer, so this one can search for some of the other monsters. Here's the Dynamite Power Load that they were talking about. I think they talked about that. Yeah, this one also has a lot more monsters too, so works pretty well with that Vendra deck. Like if this ends up being the most popular loner deck, then there's a better chance that you'll be able to steal one of your opponent's monsters from the graveyard with that rank 8 guy. Since with so many monsters, there's a really good chance that like that the Dynamist player will be milling at least one of them. And it might be better having monsters get sent to their graveyard in a pendulum deck, since I think normally they don't mind having them being in the X deck, but they don't want them in the graveyard. And then there's the Astrograph Sorcerer. And this one can also work pretty well with like some of the monsters that like can destroy other monsters, because it can special summon itself at that point. But you won't be playing it for the Zark because you don't have the Zark in this deck. Dynamic Power Load, that's an interesting name. They just want to do it so it wouldn't be named Dynamist, I guess. Because some of these say directly in Dynamist. Anyway, Dynamic Power Load. It also can help boost up your monsters and protects Dynamist from cause effects during the battle phase. I'm not sure how useful that is. During the damage steps, that's pretty specific. Dynamist Charge. I think this one might also be a... I think I remember this one might also be a little bit of a quicker win deck. So if you want like maybe a quicker win deck and you don't mind that's like pendulums, maybe you could play this. There might be a lot more ways to go with this deck too. So if you like a lot of different directions, you might want to... It might be another way to play it. And there's a few different... Oh, and actually, the Zombie Vampire is also in this one. So, and with having more monsters, you're more likely to be able to get something with it. So maybe like as a means to trigger the Zombie Vampire specimen a lot more, maybe you would also want to play this deck. Of course, also the Electromite is a really good monster as well. I'm not sure which one would be considered the strongest out of the three, but if I wanted to pick one that would be my favorite, I think it probably would be the Vendread one, just because I'm a little bit more used to zombies, because I was playing because I did end up buying or at least trading for a zombie deck. It was a different one though. It wasn't It wasn't Vendread. It was vampires. Yeah, it was vampires. So I think I'd be a little bit more used to a deck like this, because it probably played a little bit more of the same kind of X deck as well. It could also go into synchros. Of course, if you're playing a zombie deck, you're probably playing that tuna monster that like can be pretty easily gone off the Sharinary Solitaire. So most zombie decks should be able to go into synchros. But yeah, I don't think I can duel yet. Let's see if I can. No, it hasn't begun yet. So if I wanted to create a deck myself though, what would I want to go for? What could I go for? Maybe maybe for now I could just go for something like a Dark Magician. I just don't know what all is available. So I think what I normally like doing is seeing like what other people kind of like to go for. Like you might be able to go for the Vernaself deck too. That might be a good option if you can go for a Vernaself deck. True Dracos might not be bad. Sorcerer might not be bad. I think you might be able to use Sorcerer. Tennies you could probably use, since that showed up in solo mode. Probably the best way to think about it is like thinking like, if it showed up in solo mode, then you're probably allowed to use it pretty well in a pretty good amount of power. Like Phantasms maybe not the greatest, since I know a few of their cards got banned, but Mutants would probably be another good one you could use. Sacred Beast would probably be a fine one. Maybe even the Sprites. I'm not sure if the Sprites got hit very much. Just like not like wait, no, I mean not the Sprites, the Gishki. You just can't really run the Gishki Sprites, but even the Sprites without the Gishki the Gishki without the Sprites can still be pretty good, I would think. I'm not sure if you could do Malphys or not. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I don't know how much Purely got hit. But yeah, I think how I would do it is I probably would look up what other people are using and maybe just seeing if I can build any of those. And if not, I'd probably just try seeing if I can utilize any of the structure decks. Maybe like Dark Magician, since I already have Dark Magician. And Dark Magician is usually pretty good. Anyway, hopefully that helps you a little bit. If anyone has any suggestions on decks for the event, or like wants to see if I'm willing to play them, I can let you know. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna pretty much end it there. I don't know if I really want to talk about the Goose. I mean, I guess I could talk about the Goosebumps a little bit, just so I don't forget. So the Goosebumps, this is once again booked versus how it was on the TV. Yeah, it's still before lunch, so that's good. So that's fine. Before my lunch. So the next one here is gonna be The Girl Who Cried Monster. Yeah, I think it's... Oh wait, no, I did go over The Girl Who Cried Monster. So it's Welcome to Camp Nightmare. Oh, this one wasn't a bad one, because I feel like this one's a little bit more realistic, all except for the ending. But I think maybe Allstein did it on purpose, because I maybe was thinking, well, this is kind of too realistic. So I kind of went away so that it's kind of just stands out as more of a science fiction sort of genre. So he basically added the part at the end. But I'm not gonna spoil it for you, like how he did at the end to make it so it wasn't like realistic. But yeah, it's basically summer camp story that turns out to be government. Yeah, so some of the differences, some of the differences though. Oh, I don't think Mike and Billy were shown as much to be friends. Like they were basically like kind of just like best friends in the book, but he kind of like didn't really know him a whole lot. Which I guess that makes a little bit more sense if they were all paid actors. Like why would? But maybe he just like became like really good friends with him on the bus. I mean I guess that makes still makes sense. Like that, like the bus could have been like a little bit. I kind of liked how in the TV version, where when they got dropped off from the bus, still like in both, at least when the Uncle Al came to pick them up, it wasn't just a bus that they rode into the rest of the camp. Like they did a hike, so at least that's good because got more exercise. I mean, I guess the additional bus maybe didn't make as much sense, but maybe like it was because that other bus driver wasn't actually allowed inside of like more near the camp, since maybe like he would have maybe needed to have been paid extra, or for I mean it wasn't really explained why in the book, but like I guess the hike makes a little bit more sense, at least like kind of like it's a better like way to, like if they're not going to explain it, the hike is probably better because like then they're at least getting exercise as they get into the camp. But yeah, the rules were pretty much the same too, and like getting praise for following the rules, that was pretty much the same. So I think overall they were both pretty good. I think they were both, they both explained details well enough. So I think this time they were both pretty good, and the ending was pretty much the same for both this time. So sometimes the ending's a little bit different, but this time the ending was pretty much the same for both versions. So I think I'm gonna give both of them like, I mean they were both like pretty good. I think they were both about on par with each other this time. I don't think I really liked one too much more than the other. Oh yeah, and another thing I guess like is like the friend didn't show up with her. Like when she actually when that main girl like with Dor showed up in Doi, or yeah, it was Doi. I forget what that main girl's name was though, but when she actually showed up with Doi in the book, but yeah, like she was pretty much just by herself when she showed up to Billy in his camp. So that was a little bit of a difference too, but I don't think that really mattered too much. So yeah. And I was thinking they might have done on purpose where like she showed up in just regular clothes, because maybe showing up in a bathing suit might have been too much. I mean, they might have thought like, this may be too much. I don't know. Or maybe it didn't really matter and I'm overthinking it. But yeah, didn't really matter too much, since I mean she still had to show up so like she could let him know about like the disappearing campers and everything. I'm not exactly sure what happened with Doi though. I'm not exactly sure if that was really explained why she didn't show up with Doi, even though Doi was supposed to be like one of her friends, or at least that's the story they were going with, since they were like actors. I don't even think we really saw Doi much at the end either. I think she probably would have showed up with like that girl probably would showed up with Dory at the end, since like Dory played a little bit of a bigger role. I'm not even sure if we really saw Dory in the TV adaptation though. But she did at least, but she did at least, that main girl did at least talk about Dory a little bit. Pretty sure it's Dory. That was the other girl's name. So anyway, if anyone wants to say some of their thoughts on the book, I'll leave this stream up for at least another minute. I'm starting now. But otherwise, thank you all who stayed for any of the parts. And I'll be sure to, probably on Friday, yeah, it should be open by Friday. So on Friday, I can actually play some of the decks. So Friday's stream might also be a little bit longer as well, since I'm going to be doing this along with the solo mode. But I'll be getting into a new gate, so that should be pretty fun. And I can also, like just playing the lone decks here. And if maybe if maybe some people want me to like go over the lore again, I can do that. Since these also have shown up in the in the respective solo mode gates, so maybe I can go over a little bit of the lore sections again if you want. If you want to know a little bit more about the decks, or I can go over the practice tools again that like show off these decks, like talk about these decks a little bit more. If they do have practice tools, I think they might all, but maybe not the worms. I'm not sure if not the worms. I'm not sure if the crawlers actually had like a practice tool dedicated to them. But I know these other two did. Anyway, you can always let me know down in the comments before Friday if you want to see any of that. Otherwise, I'm going to be going now. So I hope everyone enjoyed who stayed for the stream or is watching this after. I thank you all who do still watch my content. And I hope a few of you can even make it to a few of my streams when I start doing them on Twitch. Which, as a reminder, will be not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Starting at 10 a.m. And I'll be going for around 3 to 3.5 hours, depending on like if I need to go a little bit longer for whatever reason. But I'm gonna try to stick to 3 hours. But everyone, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see a lot of you either on the Friday stream for Master Duel or the Wednesday stream after that for probably Live or Die, but if anyone else votes before Monday of next week, then maybe it'll be a different game. And as a reminder, the poll is still in the community post for YouTube. Okay, bye everyone.